all part of a $20 billion stopgap spending bill they are cooking up in Congress, but one that is looking very dicey right now, especially if California Republican Congressman Jerry Lewis has anything to do about it. Congressman, if you had to gauge how this stopgap measure is looking, how's it looking?
Well, Neil, first of all, I very much appreciate your talking about this because it's right on the cutting edge of the rest of the Congress. There's a package that the Speaker is putting together for the Obama administration called a continuing resolution. That it essentially would take all of the remaining spending that must be done if we're going to finish the year in a sensible way. And they want to package all of their wish list into this huge CR and indeed do just the opposite of what the public is urging them to do. They're not going to cut back spending. Instead, they're likely to be spending more.
All right, so when you have a continuing resolution or congressional resolution, the idea is that parties in power generally like to throw everything but the kitchen sink into that. Can the opposition party pick it apart, or do you have to vote up or down on this thing en masse?
At this moment, Neil, we do not know the way they're going to handle this bill. Normally, such a bill starts in the House. We'd have a regular order, give us a chance to provide amendments and otherwise, but the way President Obama and Speaker Pelosi have been running these things, we actually will not know where it begins until next week.
Well, next week, I mean, obviously they're going to stay in session long enough to try to get this done, not the tax cut thing done, but would this get done?
This has to get done unless they intend to close down the government. I don't believe that's going to be the end result, but indeed they hope they can use the CR to make a Christmas tree out of their spending.
So bottom line, there is a rush, Congressman, to get this spending done. There is no rush to deal with the Bush tax cuts, pretty much, right?
No wish to deal with the Bush tax cuts.
Well, where do you think that'll go?
Well, in an economy that's faltering, the one thing we need is to extend those tax cuts to absolutely assure some chance of creating jobs. I don't believe that's going to be done between now and election.
What about in the lame duck session? They'd have to move their fannies fast, right?
Well, Nancy Pelosi, if she has her way, will use the lame duck session to pile on all the spending possible. It's her objective to build the central government as large as possible and hope she gets away with it.
Well, I want to be clear, and I know I give you an error, but this is a very important point. Is the deal that she might offer then, you go ahead and approve this $20 billion in pork, whatever you want to call it. We'll go ahead and extend the Bush tax cuts for everybody. My sense is that is the deal they're beginning to cook up.
Yeah, that is not among her plans as we understand it. Right now, she intends to move the continuing resolution. That will be her Hail Mary pass for all kinds of spending goodies. But in turn, they're not talking about what they may or may not do with the tax cuts.
Man, oh man. Well, I'm glad you understand this, Congressman, because I'm totally baffled, sir. But very good having you. Thank you very much.
Nice to be with you, Neil. Thank you.